This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
A new cycle is occurring. A new It cycle, if you will. It's been so many years since the last It movie. 2 years. Now we're getting another It movie.
Oh, is that some sort of magical curse? Will there be another It movie in 2 years after that?
I'd say probably even sooner, if anything, if this movie is successful.
Sounds like the cycle's accelerating.
Oh,
Soon
no.
we'll have a new It movie every day.
Oh, I don't want that.
No, neither do I.
But maybe they'll be great.
What if there's a new It Miniseries every day?
Funny you should say that, Mason, because that's why we're here. We're here to talk about It Chapter 1, 1990, It Chapter 2, also 1990.
Also 1990. 1 day, 2 days later?
Something like that, yeah. We're going to do part 1 this week. Come back next week for part 2. We're very excited.
If anyone's interested.
Which you shouldn't be, because these are mostly bad. Okay, let me ask you this.
Yes.
First of all, give us a like, Mason. Give us a bloody thumbs up, and to the people in the comments.
I thought you meant about the miniseries. And I'm like, I won't give it a like. Or maybe I'll give my nuanced opinion and then my thumb will be somewhere in the middle. But for this particular video we're on, give that a like, definitely.
Big old thumbs up. I didn't watch this as a kid.
Yeah.
This doesn't affect me for good or ill.
I think somebody as a kid described it to me. I'm like, that's terrifying. I don't know if I have the stones, the cojones to watch it. I'll only watch it as a very much a grown adult.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Intentionally?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think
you
so.
didn't enjoy the amazing comedic performance of whichever the guy is who does the funny voices?
Oh, Seth Green's character.
And then another guy.
I was going to open this podcast with, Meso's my name and doing funny voices is my game, but I didn't. And now it's too late. But you can relive that, presumably with the clip that goes in here.
One of the funny voices the older version does, though, he's doing a late night talk show and he's doing some comedy. And you see him do a yellow face impersonation.
Oh, no.
Like that you pass on monitors. You don't see him do it like in person, but you hear him do it and he's squinting away. That was the 90s, mate. You could make a
different time.
A different time.
A time when we were alive.
But yeah, this series, I guess, to its credit, is it set a lot of things in motion.
What it set in motion was every Stephen King trope and cliche, I think.
Yeah, that might be true.
Was this the earliest instance maybe of all his cliches coming true in the one thing?
And maybe it was also setting things in motion for like, oh, we don't have to make these into movies. We can just make 90s telly movies. This, The Langoliers, probably another thing. You know what I'm talking about. This is more structured like the book, though.
Well, the thing about it being structured as like the book, the modern day It movies, it's the entire storyline with the kids as kids.
Yep.
And then decades later, It Chapter 2 presumably is just them as adults. This one, it alternates. It's the modern day and then flashback to the kids. The problem with that is, at the end of this, there's a climactic battle between the kids and It. And who's going to survive? Probably everyone we saw in the flash forwards,
Yes,
I guess.
exactly.
All the people who are adults now, which is all of them.
Yeah, you're absolutely not wrong. It's also, they changed the start because in the book, and I think also for the new It Chapter 2, it starts with a hate crime. But this, it's like, what if a clown took another girl? What do you think of that? And then they're like, well, what if a clown then, flashback, took a boy? I'm like, wow, this is getting serious.
Yeah, for sure.
This is a serious situation.
And you've got to watch out if you're a kid in this town and you're not one of the main kids, you're dead.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in this movie, if you are one of the main kids, watch out because you're going to be scared for a series of months by a variety of non-threatening traps that you can easily escape from if you choose to.
Absolutely. Or we'll just cut away.
That's true. Or that are just there for a minute and they aren't. You might fear for your life, or your dead dad might show up and say you're fat and then leave. A fate worse than death, in some people's opinions.
Now, I know a lot of the time we spend on our show, the Weekly Planet podcast, and also this Caravan of Garbage, just being like, look at this idiot from a different period of time. And I try not to rail on that too much. But look at that idiot with that ponytail.
Oh my God. So the main character.
It's tied with a shoestring.
Oh my
God. Have you noticed?
The main character, as with all Stephen King main characters, is a writer, and he is
Stephen King.
He's Stephen King. He's absolutely Stephen King. I wonder if Stephen King at the time had a ponytail and big aviator glasses, or is this is Stephen King's like, now if I were a super cool writer in 1990, this is how I'd be. If I had the guts, I would grow them. Well, like if I'd started growing my ponytail in like 1986, I'd have a majestic ponytail right now, but it's too late. So I'm just going to imagine what I would be like as a 1990 man with an incredible ponytail.
Of course, young Bill, played by
the late Jonathan Brandis.
Who I remember most fondly from Sequest DSV, where he used to train a dolphin in naval combat.
That's correct.
And the dolphin could talk, something along those lines.
You say that so skeptically, but yeah, duh.
That's exactly what it was, yeah. So there's a couple of people that are no longer with us. John Ritter as well,
Yep, that's right.
who plays an architect of some description. He's got a nice picture of Time magazine in his house with his face on it that
Yeah.
looks like something you'd get at a carnival, like
Yeah,
a fake
sure.
printout. It's like Times Man of the Year, this guy. And there's no description or anything like that. It's just this guy.
Well,
you know him.
Time Magazine just took a photo of him on the street and was like, does anybody know who this is? Do not serve alcohol to this man. He stole a bottle of champagne from a liquor store.
Oh, that's right. He's Ben Hanscom. That's right.
Oh.
And when
I like
you-
Van Handsome.
That's the thing, because when they flash back and they're like, look at this fat kid. He's not very fat. He's like a regular
Just
sized
regular,
kid.
yeah. But kids were skinnier in the 70s, I guess.
That's probably
Less
true.
refined sugar.
Yeah, well, that's true. Well, this is the 50s though.
Whatever. Even skinnier.
Even skinnier, yeah. But I feel like also he could beat up all of those bullies. Like he looks like he's got the strength about him. And those bullies, even though I think one of them is at least 28.
Sure,
I
right.
feel, with their greaser haircut. Yeah, the age range in that class is insane. And they do make mention of like, Henry Bowers, you're going to be kept down again. But the guy behind him, I'm like, is that Henry's dad? Who is this guy? Why is he in here? Is he like another teacher? I don't
He's
know
the
what's
principal.
going on.
He's observing.
No,
for
the
day.
principal is the smoking man from the X-Files,
That's
remember?
right, yeah.
What a world. One of the characters that gets a lot of play in the new movie is Beverly. Mm-hmm. You know, like a fiery redhead with a troubled past. You know what I mean?
my
She's
God.
got trouble at home. She's got trouble at school. And in this, it's kind of the similar kind of storyline, but Ben's like, your hair's like, he sends her a poem's like, your hair's like fiery embers. I love it. She's got brown hair. She's got regular brown hair. You couldn't just get a redhead.
She's got hair like regular embers.
That's right.
Like that are cold on the ground. You know those? And you wake up from camping and you're like, oh my God, I'm so tired, my neck hurts.
What I love, though, most about that character is her very 80s and 90s job, which is impressing a Japanese investor.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
Wasn't that a big trope of the era? Yeah.
I think she didn't bow like deep enough.
No, but not properly enough, yeah. But
think so.
I think they got the deal done, though, because they're celebrating afterwards,
Oh, they
obviously,
were.
with a bit of champagne.
And doing it.
And the boyfriend's got these giant pajama pants. Giant
giant stripy,
high-waisted,
yeah, for sure.
And the big mullet. It's just...
Oh my God.
What an era.
Yeah.
I know we make fun of people from the past a lot for the way they look, and I know people look at us now
It's
and
because
go,
they look dumb.
Look at these idiots.
And we all look fine.
We all look, and we'll always look fine. Mm-hmm. Yeah, good point. But I feel like this is way more toned down than not only the book but the new movie as well.
Well, I mean, this was on network television.
Yes.
Where the rule is tell, don't show.
Yeah.
The classic rule of
or cut away.
of video of cinematic narration. Just tell us a kid got his arm ripped off and then he died. Don't show it.
Exactly. Because and you know this from the movie, Ben gets a letter carved into him.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen here. Apparently the bit where the blood comes out of the photo was really pushing boundaries. They're like, are we going to be able to get away with the blood coming out of photo? This seems pretty extreme, even for 1990. But then everyone was like, who cares?
Right. I think if it comes out of an inanimate object, it's okay. Because you never actually, in part one at least, you never actually see anybody like be physically injured in any way, I don't think.
No, I don't believe so. Well, let's talk about Pennywise.
Okay.
First of all, great performance by Tim Curry. He was actually the original animated The Joker before Mark
yeah,
Hamill as
that's
well.
right.
But of course, I know Tim Curry. If we're talking 90s sci-fi television, first time I saw him was Earth 2, the series Earth 2.
Sure.
Do you remember Earth 2?
I remember Earth 2,
Okay,
but
so just me and you remember Earth 2 then.
Yeah, because we're from Earth 2.
He more plays, Pennywise that is, he more plays in this movie like a tired drunk. Just like,
Oh, yeah, for
I'm
sure.
going to get ya. Just give me a minute.
Hey, kid.
Can you cut away? I was going to catch my breath. I climbed out of this sewer and
He's got a good cackle.
Look, I need a nap.
He's got a fine cackle, but he is just like, hey, kid, if I could come over there, I'd kill you.
Yeah, look, I can be a werewolf.
Yes.
What do you think of that?
He does in this. He does become a lot of tropes. Like he becomes a werewolf and he becomes a giant spider and
Becomes a skeleton out of a lake.
becomes a skeleton out of a lake. Was this Stephen King's? Was it his idea to be like, you know what? You think things are scary. You think a werewolf scary.
I do.
I think a little thing that I've invented is a little scarier. A clown.
Also, why are your balloons not red? I swear from the book they were red balloons. I may be wrong, but the first thing when he's in the drain, he's like, look at this yellow balloon. I'm like, oh, come on. That's a staple of the It franchise, maybe.
Maybe it's to keep you on your toes.
It might just be.
You know,
yeah.
you never know what balloon's going to come crazily around the corner. Or they were cheaper at the 99-cent store in Maine or whatever.
What I love about the bullies in this series is they're very terrible at being bullies. They're always being hit with rocks or kicked down or just made fun of. They're covered in popcorns and drinks. They're not very threatening. They're just not good bullies. Be better at being a bully.
Is this video being sponsored by
Yeah,
bullies?
that's right.
The Bully Council of America?
Use the offer code, Weekly Flatters. Get your own bully. He'll come to your house.
Get a bullying kit. Contains all the things you need to be a bully. A switchblade. A weird haircut that, like, turns into a stalactite down the middle. A worn-out leather jacket. A dad that beats you up. He's in the box.
Just some safe for TV swear words you
That's
can
right.
use. Yeah, that's what you need. But I just feel like these are not good bullies. And then at the end, when Henry Bowers, the main bully, turns into Billy Idol, did you like that
for
bit
sure.
where he gets the white hair?
Because
the spider climbs over him.
That's the thing. He's a pseudo main character, so he
Yeah.
isn't killed. Rather than that, he just becomes insane because he's somewhere in the middle. Yeah, I did like that a lot.
Apparently, they for the old version of Mike Hanlon, they brushed some talcum powder through his hair with a toothbrush to get that grey.
Oh yeah, okay, I get it.
Grey tips. You know what I'm talking about?
I get it. Yeah.
And then for Henry Bowers, it's clearly just, I don't know, like a bad wig.
They went to the main 99-cent store.
Okay, right. Well,
That's
that
where all
makes
this
a lot of
stuff.
sense.
Look, in a lot of cases they go, if you don't understand the trope in this movie, a wizard did it. Well, in this movie, if you don't understand it, they got it from the Dairy Main 99-cent store. So
The shower scene, there's a bit of stop motion in this, including
Yeah.
when it comes out of the shower, or Pennywise comes out of the shower
yeah.
drain or whatever. There's a
is
bit
it
of that
okay?
going on.
I would like your evaluation. Is it bad just for now? Or was it also bad in 1990?
What else do you do in television in the 90s?
Yeah,
like you can't
right?
really do CGI, can you?
That's true. Yeah.
So I think it's fine for the time and
Yeah.
kind of a fun novelty for now. I never understood, and maybe this is an American thing, but it's certainly not in the school I went to. Is
it showers that come off the wall and like chase you and
No,
corner you and scare
we
you?
have that. We have that
do.
here.
You mean like a communal shower?
A communal shower where it's like, you've been running around in gym for 34 minutes, get in the shower.
I wondered
Kids
about-
run around all day.
Yeah.
You don't need to have everyone
Yeah.
get in a weird shower room together.
I wonder that as well.
Doesn't make any sense.
Same with the bullies.
Don't do it.
Same with the bullies. Did they have switchblade wielding bullies back in that era or not?
Maybe
but
they
yeah,
did.
No showers in Australian schools.
It's-
if anything, you bloody just jumped in the lake.
You jump in a lake, mate.
You jumped in the what's the thing we have? A
Damn.
billabong. Jump in a billabong.
Jump
You
in a
jump in a billabong.
That's right. I would love to know though if that's like a thing.
Yeah.
If it's ever been a thing, is it still a thing? If it
Yes.
is a thing, do you like it? I can't imagine anybody would.
Yep.
I don't know. It just seems odd to me.
Is that why that scene is so scary for a lot of people? Because it's just a weird clown man perving on you in the shower.
Yeah, but also I think the coach is weird, where it's like, where do you think you're going? Have a shower, mate. Get your kid off. Get in a shower. No. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Okay, what I really like about It Chapter 1, the movie, the newer movie, is...
That it bloody ends.
Ha ha ha. I mean, yeah, but also I enjoyed that movie in general. Is that at the end, they really beat up that clown.
They just lay into him so good.
It's just... It feels like 10 to 11 minutes of him going, now I'm a different thing. And they're like, we don't care. And they
We've
just
got
beat
this
him-
crowbar.
Yeah.
Is the thing you've turned into crowbar proof? Looks like it ain't.
But in this one, it's kind of like, it's a slingshot and like,
Battery acid?
A battery acid or they pretend it is or whatever. Because you only need your imagination to kind of get through it.
Oh, yeah.
Or whatever. But, and then he just kind of, he squirrels away down the drain. I'm like, that wasn't very satisfying. I wish they beat him up way more. Because they really just circle him and I'm like, that's bullying. That's proper old school bullying.
Well, clearly they purchased the bullying kit.
They must have,
Use
yeah.
the offer code Weekly Planet Pod.
It Chapter 1, though, of course, it ends in they all link hands and like, what also starts that way where they're like, we're going to return and then we're going to come back and get this clown next week, I guess, or in 27 years or whatever's going on. Did you find it a satisfying conclusion, even though they showed the conclusion at the start and you're also aware of the story, I'd imagine?
Well, with a leading question like that, my answer is your leading question was very long and I've forgotten which way I'm supposed to go. Yes or no? The bad one. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it, yeah. I mean, does it have merit for the time, though? Could you see how it would be scary?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And, I think having seen part one of the most recent two-parter, we have the benefit of CGI.
Yes.
We have the benefit of you can have him like jaw open insanely and have him multiple rows of spinning, glowing teeth
Yeah.
or whatever. We have a rating system where you can see brutal violence, and we have a budget where if blood comes out from a faucet
Yeah.
or like a sink,
It's not one balloon's
It's
worth.
not one balloon. It's a room's worth.
Yeah.
So I think those kids that told me the plot of it at the time were right. It would have been scary at the time.
You're probably right. Well, also, this was was supposed to be originally George Romero was going to do it as like a 10-hour miniseries. And I'm not sure necessarily that would have been better at the time, but I think this would have benefited from, I don't know, some fleshing out of some of the characters, or maybe just make it shorter. Maybe that's what it would have benefited on. Look, I think it just would have been better if he had have done it in general.
Oh, yeah,
I
for sure.
feel, yeah. Because the guy who directed this was like a protege of horror, and he's kind of working his way up in the industry, but this is kind of...
Where is he now?
He's waiting for his cycle to come around again. He'll
okay.
work up again.
Cool.
You're like, I'm here again. I'm back. But I'm so tired.
My God. Are we still doing that thing with the balloons? We still putting a balloon in a faucet? We're not? Oh.
But yeah, look, all in all, it's fine, isn't it?
Yep.
At least part 1 was. Apparently part 2's not good either. But I look forward to coming back next week to see how is it? How does it even compare to the modern It Chapter 2? Probably worse, I'd imagine.
Absolutely worse.
I just want to see more ponytails, though.
You get that.
Oh, thank God. Yeah.
No problem.
Anyway, this has been Caravan of Garbage. Don't forget to subscribe because, again, It Chapter 2 next week. And also we have a podcast called The Weekly Planet where we talk movies and comics and TV shows. We've got an upcoming episode on the new It Chapter 2 2019.
I'm so excited.
I'm also so excited. What else do we say here? Is that everything?
We give our Twitter handles.
I'm at mickeymouse.com.
You're not.
I'm at Mr. Sunday Movies on Twitter.
I'm at Wikipedia Brown on Twitter.
Swing on by. You got a suggestion for Caravan of Garbage? We'll do it. Do you want us to do one of the 50 Stephen King adaptations?
We'll do all of them.
Do you want us to
You want us to do one? We'll do all of them.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you want us to do Ghoulies with the monster coming out of the toilet? I know that's not Stephen King.
It's close enough.
It's just all I think about all day.
Do you want us to do the good version of The Shining or the one that Stephen King directed? Because he
Or do
didn't
you just
like
want us to do 10 minutes on the bit in Ready Player One where they go to the Shining Hotel?
That's fine too. All right, guys. We'll see you next week, though.
Grab that Jemmy, guys. Goodbye.
This podcast is part of the Planet Broadcasting Network.
Visit planetbroadcasting.com for more podcasts from our great mates.
I mean, if you want. It's up to you.